can't breathe in this thing. Well, yesterday was May the 4th, National Star Wars Day, and unfortunately I was doing the Angel video, so I wasn't able to do a journal that day. However, we're going to make up for it now. So we're going to talk about Star Wars, and arguably the most controversial Star Wars issue. Who shot first? To begin, I say we go to the source, the crime scene. Now you can see Greedo is clearly shooting at Han. However, if you look at the trajectory of his blaster, it's pointed at his head. But you also notice an irregularity between Han's blaster and the laser. If you take the angle of Han's blaster, mixed with the angle that the laser is firing at, and then adjust that to Greedo's weapon, we see that had he fired, he would have shot Han right in the chest. Now the George Lucas Empire tried to explain this scenario away, but we can see it's futile. In the Wikipedia pages, it even says, although Greedo's death was on Solo's hands, it was actually Greedo's mentor, Warhog Goa, who should be credited with his demise, because Goha had tricked and overmatched Greedo into going against Solo after seeing a payoff. Really? An overmatched Greedo? They were at point-blank range. It doesn't matter how skilled you are, you're shooting 2 feet. His aim had to have been worse than a stormtrooper's. Even they could hit at 2 feet. Pew! 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 So to accept the theory that Greedo shot first, the first thing you must do is throw out the original movie. Second, you also have to throw out logic and reasoning, because how can a bounty hunter miss at 2 feet? It's ridiculous. But the question you might ask is, why is this so important? Why are nerds everywhere fighting over this issue? And the reason is character development. It is pivotal to Han Solo's character. Now, if you look at this graph I've made, you can see the initial infamous shot as our starting point. If Han shoots first, he starts off as a rogue and a scoundrel, getting a 1.25 on his character. However, if he doesn't shoot first, he's your average normal person. So he gets a 5.3. When he helps them escape from Tatooine, despite considerable risk to his life, there's a little bit of an increase to him, but it's even less when you're taking into the Greedo shoots first. Then you see he goes down slightly when he's against rescuing Leia. Now, even though it goes down in the other line as well, this is the first instance where we are starting to define what type of character Han is, but this is well into the story. We next see the heroics of Han as he helps rescue Leia, but it is minimized under a Greedo shooting first scenario. Next comes the famous Stormtrooper assault, followed by the instant retreat, and then the rescue from the Death Star and the Great Shot Kid. And we are beginning to really like this character of Han Solo. However, he's just a normal guy still in the Greedo shoots first category, because he wasn't that bad of a guy to begin with. Now in the Han shooting line, we see a big drop when Han decides not to go with them on the attack on the Death Star, because this is a big shock to the audience who are thinking that Han has become this great guy. However, this sets us up even better for the end, when at the last second he rescues Luke and helps him destroy the Death Star. But we don't get that same growth in the Greedo shoots first scenario. He just is an average character throughout who slightly develops and becomes a slightly better character. It's that well-rounded character that we deserve. You see, Han Solo needs to start off as that rogue who just shoots and doesn't ask any questions, to the character that will at the last second rescue the hero and make it possible for him to destroy the Death Star. He completely transforms as a character. And this doesn't happen just in Star Wars. There's other famous characters that do similar things. Rick Blaine starts off in Casablanca as a completely neutral character who won't stick his neck out for anybody. But by the end of the movie, he's willing to trade everything, including the love of his life, to do the right thing. And what can I do about the whole Han versus Greedo shooting? Nothing. It's pretty much set in stone. But what I will do is promise to you that my characters will remain well-rounded. They're gonna grow and shrink. They're going to have moments of triumph and moments of failure. And all the while, you're going to be with them for the adventure. And you're going to see it step by step the entire way as they become that great hero or they turn into that incredibly dangerous villain.